All right, guys, hope you're doing well. I've got the flu, so I wasn't able to live stream this morning. Sorry about that. I'm feeling a little better, but this thing hit me pretty hard and heavy. My daughter brought home something from kindergarten. They're always getting sick there, and then they bring it home to us. And oh, it'd be nice to feel better. But I just wanted to show you guys, what's possible with VolPro Edge. I was on my laptop most of the day here in my bed. I got a bed in the office here. And just on my laptop, I took two good Nasdaq trades on my one of my live accounts here. Um, the first one I went, this is a cash account, so I went $80 a point. So that's four NQ mini contracts, $20 a point each. So let's think of that as like four futures contracts. And on that first trade, I made about 3,400 bucks, a little more than that. And then on the second trade, I just took another one. Just did, usually when I get a nice win like that, I won't really keep pushing. If I see a trade I like, I'll go a little smaller size because I don't want to give back too much of my profit, right? Like I made this profit literally on my laptop in my bed today on a sick day, which is cool. And I'm sharing it with you to show you, what's possible when you just kind of take a step back, take a deep breath, and, just wait for really good setups. It doesn't take much, guys. This is two trades today. I might take one more if I see something good. But otherwise, I'm done for the day. 4,200 bucks on the live account, and that's just from waiting for good setup. So I had to block out my sensitive information here. That's my account number and stuff. So, but basically, let me go like this. I'm going to show you the trade. So the first trade, the reason I like these trades, let's go ahead and get the blurs off. The reason I liked these trades was because you could kind of see on the daily chart here. Overnight, I thought, maybe there was a chance we would be headed back down here to the weekly true average, weekly envelope top, maybe down in here to the daily envelope bottom. But then I could see, I slept in, like I said, with the flu, but when I finally turned my computer on, I could just see that the middle of the envelope here was holding support like it did here, tested down here, pushed back up. So we're in a nice daily trend run to the upside. And as soon as I saw that middle of the envelope there on the daily holding support, I just figured, you know what, if I just wait for some decent pullbacks on the 10,000 volume chart here, this is the 10,000 volume chart. This is a 50,000 volume chart for Nasdaq. So the first trade I took, I could see that we were trending up. So close one, close two, close three. These are all above the middle of the envelope, which is our definition for a trend. You can also see that we're making higher lows, which is nice. We're making higher highs. So as soon as we start to push higher here, I just thought, we're coming off all that support right here. That's the middle of the daily envelope here using VolPro Edge. There's a key support level. So on the intraday chart, as we're starting to push up off that, I thought, you know what? Let me just wait for some basic pullback patterns because I expect with the 50,000 contract chart pushing higher, starting to trend, I thought, you know what? Anytime the 10,000 contract chart here tries to go for a reversal to the downside, I think it's going to be a false reversal, and I want to buy that. So I just sat back and waited. I was watching a Ben Affleck interview with Theo Vaughn they did this weekend. I'm still watching it. It's pretty funny. So I'm just watching that interview, like waiting. So I think I started when price was kind of up here. This is when I started today, just from my bed. And I'm just watching. And then as this pulled back down here, we were getting close to the daily point of control. We're close to the trend dynamic market level there, the cyan blue dot right there, the true average right there. So there's a lot of support coming in there around, 20,080, right? So I didn't buy this one because we don't have a pattern there, but I waited and well, we actually did have a resistance pattern against us, which is why I thought we would drive a little lower. But I waited for this bar to close, and then you can see this beautiful little flash here with the VolPro reaction support level. Really nice little 3-section flash. And I thought, you know what, that's a really good spot to buy. So that's when I bought those 4 contracts. And I took profit right, so 080. I want to say I took profit because this is a cash market, right? So it's a little bit different pricing than the futures, but it was up around 120, I believe, the profit, maybe even 130. I'm not sure. Somewhere up there. No, 120, I think. It was about 42 points, something like that. So all I did was just wait. You could see on the footprint here, we're minus 196. That was the max that the sellers were able to hammer down. They were able to hit those bids and drive price lower. But you can see by the time we closed that bar, not only did we have a good pattern, but we also had a plus 34 on the delta. So those shorts were kind of stuck. And then not only that, but I was really in line with the daily energy, which was pushing up off the middle of the daily envelope, right? And then the 50,000 volume intraday chart here was grinding higher. So I was just waiting for a pullback. And then this one was just bang, it just set up. I knew it. When I see that kind of a setup, I'm willing to take a little bit of risk. My stop on this one, had we gone back to these, just below these lows, I would have been out and I would have taken a loss for, I don't know, something like maybe 1,500 bucks, something like that. I'm not really sure. Maybe $1,300. But I was willing to accept that risk because everything looked really good on this setup. So that was my first trade there for about 3,400 bucks and change. And then when I took profit there, again, same thing. I'm just waiting for a pullback. So, you guys who are part of the VolPro Edge community, right there's the pullback right into the pocket. I mean, it's just beautiful. Yeah, we had some selling on the footprint, but to be honest, I wasn't really concerned because of what we're seeing over here on the 50,000 chart, the daily chart, we're pushing up. So beautiful little pocket there with the VolPro reaction support levels. You can see we've got our congestion dynamic market support levels here in cyan blue there, and there. So these kind of form a nice little support floor here. So basically when the 10,000 chart, was threatening to break out to the downside here, I called the bluff and I said, there should be a lot of support at that congestion support level, right? That range right there that we're in. And I expect to go back to the other end of the range. That's why I took that first trade. And then this is why I took that second trade. And on the second trade, I took profit right up in here. Again, made, 40 some odd points or something, but only on one contract that time. But anyways, I just want to show you what's possible when you're patient, you wait for the right setups, you got an edge, you got something that works. You can even make money laying in your bed on your laptop when you've got the flu, when you're just chilling out, waiting for the market to come to you. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I will be back hopefully tomorrow morning for live streaming. It's the flu, so it goes up and down where I feel like I'm getting a little energy back, and then, I kind of feel terrible again. But anyways, a good day nonetheless. And I try to just wait for days where I've got a really good read on what I think the daily chart is doing. And then those are the days I take risk. And, sometimes those come along 2 or 3 days a week. Lately, they've been fewer and far between because the market's been a little wacky, but, I've definitely managed the wackiness well and not given back profits. In fact, I've continued to make a lot of profit. So I just wait for these types of setups. And then, when I'm trading prop accounts, that's different. But on my live account, if I can get a couple of these a week, make $2,000 here, $4,000 here, yeah, sure, I lose, but when I lose like $1,000 here, 800 here, 900 here. But at the end of the month, the live account goes up, and it's a really nice way to just wait for these high quality setups to come to you. So just want to share that with you guys. Hope you're having a good day as well. And yeah, I will be in the members area with the end of day analysis. Had a good call on gold yesterday heading into the open, called a long there because we were in a weekly pocket support on gold, which was cool. Just a lot of good daily analysis in there, and then capitalizing on the analysis using the intraday system is the key. It's really what it comes down to. And we got a lot of people doing really well with VolPro Edge, which is awesome. They're using what I'm teaching them, and they're also incorporating some of their own technical methods. So it works with everything. You can just use it on its own like I do, or you can use VolPro Edge to complement whatever else you're using. And yeah, the feedback we're getting is amazing. If you go to the website, volproedge.com, click the testimonials at the top, you'll see this is our first batch of members. We got about 40 people now, and I think something like 20 testimonials, really, really authentic testimonials, good people who are, really getting some good value out of what, we're sharing here at VolPro Edge. So it's really cool. We're off to a great start. I'm really excited about it, you guys. And I got the baby due. My third daughter will be due in 2 weeks. So that's going to be pretty exciting. Got to get over this flu, hopefully in the next few days, so I can get ready for that newborn. All right, you guys, take care. Have a good day. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it.